Go. Hey, hi guys. Today I'm very happy and honored to have somebody in this room, and he's none other than Thomas Chen. Hi, Thomas.
Hello,
Welcome
hello.
to the room. Thomas is a personal wealth coach, and he's also an international speaker. And today we're gonna have a very different conversation what he usually do in his Zoom calls, Zoom talk. Okay, first thing first, Thomas. How are you doing? How's everything going?
Great, great. So thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to share on your platform. Really appreciative of that.
Most welcome.
Currently quite busy because work has been getting hectic, but fortunate lah, fortunate. It's good to be busy and productive at the same time, especially when it comes to work.
Yeah, cool, right? In this change time, I guess we hear lots of people saying there's also opportunities out there. I'm sure for speaker, coach, trainer like yourself, you're reaching out to the world
Mm.
more than we can do nowadays. So first thing first, Thomas. Probably if people out there do not really know who is Thomas. Okay, can you just share a little bit about yourself when you were young? What do you do,
Mm.
or what is your favorite quote, message, anything that can add value to the audience out there?
All right, all right. So perhaps I start off by sharing my inner why of what I am doing right now, lah. Right, my inner desire and purpose, so that all of you can get to know me better. All right, so I'm quite fortunate that I managed to identify my inner purpose from a very young age, even when it comes to entrepreneurship itself. So when I was in primary school, that was when signs of entrepreneurship started. And it was not because I was like selling lemonade or toys lah. Sorry to disappoint. I still take allowance from parents one. But why I would say the signs started when I was in primary school is back then I played a lot of games, watched a lot of cartoons. But the interesting thing is after I indulged in these activities, right, I would visualize myself being one of the characters, painting my own story from it as well. And to think back, right, those are signs of me wanting to be creative and innovative. And as time passes by, right, when I started to take up leadership roles, when I started to take up some projects, the same thing happened. I will always
Hmm.
try to go from a creative angle, from an innovative angle, something different to achieve the purpose itself, right? And that's where I realized that entrepreneurship is a platform for me to satisfy my craving for innovation, and I've not looked back since. So in terms of setting up a legit business, I started when I was in my university days. That was when I started to build my business, which I will share more later perhaps, and continue on from there. All right, so that was one of my purpose. Another purpose is I realized, right, always when I'm doing this visualization, it's very vivid, like inception like that. So the experience, the emotions, the expression is all like real life in my mind. That
Wow,
is
you mean
how deep
you
I
can
go.
foresee you seeing
Mm.
yourself in it? Wow.
I create a
Wow.
story in my mind. Yeah, which is why I know I'm someone who loves to create and innovate. And entrepreneurship is that platform for me to satisfy it. Mm. And another interesting thing is whenever I create all these things, right, I will always visualize myself as the hero.
Hero. Wow.
Yes, as the main character. It's not to impress whatsoever, but I ask myself why, and it is because deep down I want to impact people. I want to positively change the life of people. And entrepreneurship, once again, is the platform for me to do so, right? As Russell Brunson always say that he believes entrepreneurship is truly the way to change the world. And I believe that as well. And hence my business is run on two engines, innovation and impact. And that's how I start to build my business ecosystem with the focus of being continuously innovative to satisfy my inner cravings of innovation and to impact people at the same time, right?
Cool,
So
cool.
that is how I achieve my these two purpose of mine. As of a personal motto or a tagline, I believe in this concept of progress to success.
Progress to success. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because a lot of time, right, people want to achieve overnight success, but I
Yeah.
believe there's no such thing. Even in instances where people really achieve overnight success, they probably have a lot of years of preparation and hard work behind the scenes that no one know about, right? And I believe that we should constantly work towards our goal rather than just trying to hop towards there. Work towards our goal every day, make incremental improvement, and strive to become better than yesterday. And that's how we can truly live life to the fullest. You know, become better every day, walk towards success, progress towards success itself. So that's how I also drive myself
Right.
to ensure that every day I make even a slightest improvement. I'm also happy with it, but I must
Cool.
make improvement every single day when it's possible, and hence the tagline of progress to success.
All right, and so I hear Thomas from you that there's few things I learned from you from the way you mentioned. First,
Mm,
you started very young as an entrepreneur. Okay,
mm,
is there something that you can share or advise people who are around your age
mm.
currently in this change time to take note or to start with, especially now because now there's a lot of things are moving and then things are different now. Okay, what is your one thing that you can share with us, people at your age or our age or anyone that you want to make change in their life? What will you tell them?
What to make change in their life? Okay, because there are two angles I can go into. In terms of starting a business or in terms of life in general, I will have two different chain of advice lah. So I would love to value add generously, so I'm going to tap on both. I will start off with, in life in general, do not be afraid to make mistakes. Be afraid of
Ah,
not trying at all. Because
cool.
when you make mistake, when you start the journey itself, it's inevitable to make it's inevitable. Everyone will surely make mistakes, but it's about how fast we change from there. But if you don't try at all,
Yes,
you do not know whether it's the right direction in the first place or not. And a lot
correct.
of people have this mistake that they don't dare to take the first step in fear of making mistake, right? But if you don't even take the first step, how do you know it's a mistake or not a mistake? Even if it's a mistake, you can tweak from there, right?
I
Slowly
see.
tweak, slowly tweak, slowly change. So don't be afraid of making mistake. But
Ah,
of course, you have to be strategic whenever, even if you are doing something or even if you are making mistake, there are strategic ways of making mistake. And why would I say so? Now this is where I link to the business aspect. All right, so what I always encourage people to do is to, especially people who are starting out, people who are aspiring entrepreneurs, always start with a lean business model. A lean business model. What
okay,
do I
what does
mean?
it mean? Lean, Lean? Are you saying
Yes,
L
LE.
A
That's right,
N? Okay.
LEAN. Meaning low cost, high profit margin. Low cost, high profit margin. A lot of time when people start their business because they want to be proud of it, they put in so much time, effort, and energy. They spend a lot of money. Perhaps they rent a place.
Oh,
They put a lot in
very
the
excited.
developmental cost. Yeah, exactly. And that is quite dangerous if you think about it. Because if you are putting all your wealth into this business itself, what if it doesn't work out? All the wealth gone. So I always encourage people to start with a lean business model. Even if most business models, there are ways to streamline it. Think about it. For people who are interested in perhaps starting a catering business, right? The first chain of thought is, wow, confirm a lot of cost one. But
Mm,
no, if you think about it, right, how can you start a catering business by having a lean model? You create an agency model, right? So you have that company providing catering services, but you get the products from other companies. Of course, some discussions and some collaboration has to be made, but they will be the one incurring the cost in terms of preparing the food, preparing the transportation, etc. You just need to be the point of liaising,
mm,
right? So you take in the orders and then you order from them. No one is going to reject sales, so they will still want your sales one. Just that perhaps they will cut in into your the profit you can earn. But you can start out from there, and the risk is very low because your cost is very low, right? So that's how you can start a so-called a typical high cost catering business model for a very low cost.
cool.
So you want to find different ways. Yes, we are passionate towards a certain business model, but or a certain business, but how can we make it lean? How can we streamline it such that the cost is minimal, and yet we can still get high profit and it's still aligned with our passion. So that's something for us to explore, lah.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay, thank you for sharing this piece.
Mm,
So I also understand that Thomas, you are very into this Toastmaster movement.
mm.
I'm also a ex-Toastmaster before, and I understand that you also won the Toastmaster of the Year. Am I right to
Ah,
say?
so
That was
paiseh,
good.
so paiseh.
Okay, if there's one thing about Toastmaster or communication, what is your advice for people out there in terms of communication or
Mm,
public speaking or speaking out your ideas like doing Zoom now, all this? Okay, what will you advise them
mm.
in terms of communication side?
All right, the best advice I will give, right, is stage time, stage time, stage time. The more
Ah,
stage time, the better, right? A lot of people, even like Toastmasters, they go to Toastmasters chapter meeting, but they don't speak at all, which is totally a waste because you spend so much time going all the way to the club, or even in Zoom meeting, you spend a lot of time in front of the computer. But if you don't speak, you cannot practice and you cannot enhance your skills. So the best way is to really keep volunteering to speak. Even if you are visiting other clubs, there's this segment as called impromptu speaking, where you can
correct.
just volunteer to speak. Because every time you speak, it is stage time for you to refine, for you to enhance. Public speaking is something, right, that you have to put theory into practice. You can't just study about public speaking. You have to practice it. No
Correct.
matter how much theory they ask you to like increase your voice or practice the power of pauses, you won't really know until you deliver it yourself. So always go for the stage time. And then from there, you make refinements, you make tweaks, you can
Mm,
record down your speeches so that you can look back at it. But importantly, always practice and implement what you learned from the previous practice.
correct, correct. So it's a fantastic personal growth journey to be in, and also to speak at different stages, different Toastmasters that you're saying. So very good advice for people out there who are thinking of, hey, can I speak in front of video? What happens if I make mistakes? So there is common thing that we have is because for me, I draw to connect. So it always when I draw, I always tell people that it is okay to make mistakes. So there's something similar here. And to be somebody like yourself, Thomas, who's an entrepreneur, we have to actually take that step to what? To make mistake. Am I right? That's a very good advice. Okay, one more thing is, can you share with us at this change time, like COVID time, all this,
Mm,
a lot of things started to shift, right?
mm.
Shift, adjust, and what do you foresee is the one problem that people can solve, or yourself that you can help people to solve out there in the market?
People to solve. Okay,
Correct.
so uh, firstly, I need to advise people that we always have to find opportunity in difficulty, right? I know now it's a difficult period of time. A lot of business suffer. A lot of people they are finding it very hard to pivot. But it
Correct.
is also this period of time, right, where opportunities abound, right? Things can become more efficient. You can just conduct a workshop on the spot without a lot of marketing, a lot of branding. You can have minimal logistics to do some of your activities. So one of the service I provide, right, under my wealth coaching, right, it is
Mm,
to help people to grow their business, because when people grow their business, they earn wealth. So I have been helping entrepreneurs to adjust accordingly with this period of time. So people with traditional brick and mortar businesses, I also have helped them to find alternative ways that they can bring in income and ways that they can leverage on this current situation to
mm,
have even a stronger position itself. Yeah. So my advice right now, I mean, for different type of business, definitely we have to use different strategies, but it's to always look out for how you can adapt, how you can leverage on the current scenario. Right. There are a few trends which are very popular now, which is like people are more willing to be to hire services from behind the computer itself. People
mm.
are stuck at home, which also means that when it comes to marketing, when it comes to social media, they are more open to it because they are using social media more often. People are more open to delivery services. So these are some of the areas you can look into and refine and adjust your business model accordingly.
Cool, cool. Okay, that's very good, very nice.
Mm.
So, can you, okay, last thing, okay, so far I believe that the viewers out there has got some value out from Thomas. So my last question for Thomas is, if there's one thing that people don't know about you, what would that be?
One thing that people don't know
Yeah,
about
just
me,
for fun.
oh
Yes.
yeah, because I always I quite transparent. Everything I
Yeah.
post on social media. That's why it's quite a tough question. I must think
Yeah, I want to give you a tough question.
one thing people don't know about me.
Correct.
To be really honest, I don't really like to take fruits. Sorry, a bit irrelevant, but that's something people may not know about me, that I don't really like to take fruits.
Okay.
Vegetables okay, but fruits not okay. Maybe fruit juice, but fruit juice I won't count. In fact, some people say fruit juice is quite unhealthy. Apologies if it's a bit derail from the business side, but just a fun fact. I don't really like to take fruits.
Cool, cool.
Hopefully, I can find a way to make myself like fruits more.
Sorry,
Yep, like fruits more.
oh,
Like taking fruits
like
more.
eating more fruits. Okay,
Yeah.
very good, very good. Wow, that's good, that's good. All right, Thomas. Today, just within this short period of time, we have learned so much from you. Your values. You talk about creativity. You talk about it's okay to make mistakes. You talk about your inner purpose. You talk about being how to become an entrepreneur, and also you talk about a lot of progress to success. That's your tagline. Cool. So once again, I'd like to thank you for coming out to this show, this room. Till we see you in the next series. This is Chen, and I draw to connect, and this is Thomas. He progress to succeed. See you then. Bye, Thomas. Bye.